The Marketing Funnel Strategy Show. More leads. More sales. More predictability.
Introducing Jared Hyman, sales and marketing expert. Introducing Serena Carly, marketing and outsourcing expert.
Hey there, everyone. Welcome to the Marketing Funnels and Strategy Show. Super excited for today's episode. Today, we are going to be talking about relationship marketing, the importance of relationship marketing. And this is the new era of marketing that we are going into right now. And I'm here with the wonderful Serena, as always. How are you doing today, Serena? You are muted.
Don't you hate that? You're working on another screen and you come over to this and you click, but because it hasn't actually, you have to double click. Anyway.
I mute you on purpose sometimes, you know, like to say, hey, how you going, Serena? I just do it on purpose. I must do, right? Like, yeah.
I'm going to do that to you. I think I did that to you this morning anyway. So I think this is my favorite topic anyway. So I'll just cut you off when I've got something to say.
And bloody tactic. I love it that way as well. Anyway, this is a two-way street, this show. So today, guys, we're talking about relationship marketing and the importance of relationship marketing. And really, this is the new era of marketing right now. So many people at the moment on social media, and I look at it every single day, it's just buy my stuff, 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 buy my stuff. But there's a bigger game to marketing that we're in right now, because if you can create a relationship with a new client or a new potential customer, they are going to be loyal to you as well if you can create a rock solid relationship. So that's what we're going to be talking about today and how you can start doing that as well, because this is a big realm, right? People that you can create loyalty with in a busy, competitive place. And it doesn't matter what it is that you do, doesn't matter what it is that your business is or what it is that you do in any way, shape or form, you create that relationship. What are they going to do? They're going to call you first whenever they think of a specific subject, right? So that's what you want to create in your marketing. That's what you want to create within your business. Loyal fans, loyal people within a community that think of a certain subject and they start thinking of you. Now, I want you to think about this. When was the last time that you started a relationship? And let's think of an intimate relationship, right? Or if you are in a relationship right now, or you are in a marriage right now, when you guys first met, right? What did you do? Where did you meet? What was the situation? Did you just walk straight up to them and just say, let's get married? Did you walk straight up to them and say, let's get jiggy with it? Were they the first things that you said to them the first time that you met? If it was and it's still going and you didn't get slapped, congratulations. That's a great thing that you have been able to do. You didn't get slapped for saying, you know, let's get jiggy with it, right? To sort of say it nicely and keep it PG, just in case there is some people underage that are watching this, right? Then, you know, if you did say let's get married and you actually just did get married the first time that you met, that's freaking fantastic as well. Congratulations, and especially if you're still in a marriage. Serena, let me ask you, if a guy walked up to you and said, let's get married, right? And it's the first time you met him, you didn't even know who the hell he was, and he asked you to get married, what would you say?
Do you have a house and how big is it?
Gold digger here.
And the second one would be, well, it's pretty, come on, at my age, you know, you've got to sort of be prepared. What size is your superannuation security blanket?
I thought you were going to say what size is downstairs.
No,
Okay.
that won't even come into it now. I'm not interested.
Okay, look, Serena, as you guys already know, is a little bit different to the average bear, so to speak, a little bit of a different person, right? Look, traditionally, probably what's going to happen is if, I walked up to a woman and I said that, she's probably going to slap me. She's probably going, if I just said, let's get married, she'd probably just want to slap me. She'd go, who the hell are you? She'd probably walk away. These types of things would probably happen, right? And I'm sure you guys would probably think the exact same way, the exact same thing, right? If someone walked up to you and said, let's get married, they said all these types of things, you would probably do it. I'd love to hear, guys, if you walked up to the opposite sex, right, in the early stages of just meeting the person like you've just seen them you walk up to them, says get married, whatever, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to look at you a little bit weird, most likely. But I'd love to hear exactly what your thoughts are just in the comments. Just let us know below. Look, marketing, selling, business is the exact same. It's actually no different. If you want to if you want to generate business, and especially on social media, you do have to be social. You do have to do a little bit of work. You do have to create a relationship with somebody. And it's the exact same way that you would create a relationship with somebody from an intimate perspective as well, right? Works the exact same. You do not walk up to them and say, hey, let's get married. You don't just walk straight up to them and say, give me your credit card details, buy this product. You've got to start a relationship with them in some way, shape, or form. If you look at general structures of how you would go about creating that relationship, first of all, you start giving things to people for free, you start giving things away, right? Look at the show. You guys are tuning in here to the show. It's free. You don't have to buy a thing from us to be able to see this show. On the front end of all of our marketing campaigns, all the time, people see, here, download this thing for free first. It's not until you kind of sort of get into our retargeting audiences where we might ask you to buy something small, right? These are the ways that you create relationships with people. You have content, you have freebies, you have things to give away. And then, after that, people are asked to maybe buy something small, or they're like, hey, now maybe look at jumping on a call with us instead. And on this call, we're going to give you some value. We're going to give you some freebies. We're going to create a relationship. We're going to get to know you a little bit. We're going to get to know you as a person, and you can get to know us at the same time, right? So nothing is asked to be purchased. Nothing is asked to be until it gets to a certain point, right? Which would be in sales conversations where you ask people to buy something there, right? Or you ask someone to buy something small on social media to start with, or advertising or marketing generally, ask them buy something small to start with, then you might ask them to buy something bigger later on, right? This is the process, is the strategy, this is the ideas, there's many other aspects to it. I know this is a subject that you love as well, Serena. Do you have some thought patterns, some things that maybe I just didn't mention then? Do you want to hash some of those out a little bit more around relationship marketing and how to create better relationships with people online?
Well, I think some people are not quite, they're a bit shy, and sometimes they may not know how to converse with people if it's direct. And I think, that's why it's very good that their email marketing is absolutely amazing, which, I know we've got the webinar next week about email marketing and how to really grow your business because they don't know how to talk to people or whatever. Now, sometimes they need to be able to do that because people want to feel something, Doing business with someone usually has an emotion attached to it. And that emotion can be trust. It can be liking the person you're dealing business with, feeling comfortable with them, feeling like I'm going to say the word loved, but you know what I mean, that you are loved, you are respected, you are looked after. And they need to sort of get that feeling from you when they do business. So if they hear nothing from you, or if they only hear stuff of you said before, buy, it pisses people off. So I think that's why it's really important to know how to do your marketing. And you're very good with people. I know you're an extrovert, so you say, but, you're out there, you're doing your face. Hey, don't stop cutting in. you're very good on webinars and stuff. And, you know, when you put a camera in front of my face, I'm not. I would be the one behind the scenes doing everything through Messenger, through every chat channel there is. And, you know, I guess once I'm somewhere and I'm on topics that I can speak about, it's okay. So you really have to make sure you know your topics well enough to speak. But getting past that first point to getting live with someone or face-to-face with someone or Zoom to Zoom with someone is very hard for some people. So it's working out, you know, how they can build that relationship up to build the trust. That is so important, the trust, that people know, you know, that you're available, like, you know, like your client just before, you know, messages and then you're on the phone, you know, pretty much straight away. That's good customer service and that's relationship building. So, and I think he walked away very happy, you know.
Yeah, and relationships, they take time, right, to develop, because, you know, like you look at us, we're like playful people. We like to have a bit of fun with what we do, and we also really like to tease, okay, just tease people, right? And generally we're teasing the people that we like, right, Serena? So
all the time, you know, all the time.
Take our Ozraps crew that we work with, right? Like everything's just all friendly banter, right? Everything.
Awesome guys.
Yeah. You take Phil, right, who we had a conversation with earlier this morning, right? Phil Metz, right? Everything's all fun and we have a bit of a joke around, but we do become, we are serious about things, right? When it comes to helping them get results and maximize more from their marketing. But, you know, we're still very hands-on with people. We understand, we want to, and we treasure relationships that we have with people. And we always, regardless of whether they're paying us or not, we give people time to talk, to understand, to, you know, because that's what we understand in relationship building. It takes time to create trust. It takes time to, you know, develop relationships where it gets to a point where a transaction is made, and especially when we're talking high value transactions as well. So, you know, there's got to be within your business an ecosystem of ways that you can build trust with people. And if you take these shows, for example, these are ways that we utilize ourselves on social media, for ourselves out there, to become more trustworthy, to share our knowledge and our ideas and our methodologies and things which are quite different to a lot of other people online, and that's okay. You know, we like to be different, but at the same point in time, we've got to share what it is that we know and our thought patterns, the way we think, and let people have an understanding of what we're like as people, because people do want to see the person behind the brand as well. And I want to also come back to what Serena said. Serena said, I'm very good on webinars and I'm very good at talking and all these types of things. But if you saw my very first video that I did, it was absolutely freaking terrible, right? You know, it's taken now since my first video, I think it was 2014, right? So we're talking 6-7 years onwards now, that's developed to be able to talk a certain way, to be able to project a certain way, to be able to have confidence on video, and to be able to talk to multiple people at the same time, right? And it's taken time to be able to do that, the same as it takes time to nurture a relationship as well, right? So in marketing, it's about, you got to have a structure for your business specifically on how you go about, you know, staying in front of your ideal client, but also give them an opportunity to start a relationship with you in some way, shape, or form from a more personalized perspective of your business. So take the shows, great ways to be able to build relationships. Come on, you interview people on your show, you create a relationship with the people that you spend time with interviewing on the show. We just had a show just recently with Jose Garcia. We had one with Jared Freer, the video marketing guy. We also had many other guest interviews on here that have actually flourished to additional types of relationships as a result of creating that relationship on the show. So, you know, and we've got also this next Friday, we actually have a guy tuning in from the UK as well, who's a client of ours, but a very renowned expert in the, you know, the therapy side of things, dealing with pain, eradicating pain for people, right? So we're wanting the show to be valuable for everyone that attends, like you guys, for example. But also when you guys attend, we want you to learn something. We want to say, okay, cool, what can you do? How can you implement this into your business in some way, shape or form? So, we bring Sean O'Leary on next week, and he'll talk about, how to eradicate pain from your body if you're going through pain, from the back to the neck to shoulders, wherever that is. And what is that going to do? If you can eradicate pain, if you're going through pain or you have some type of discomfort right now, right? I know I've got discomfort through my back. It gets tight, and occasionally my neck as well. The pandemic last year, I was looking down all the time at my computer, and I had a really, really bad neck, which developed to some big knots just in behind my shoulder that took about 8 weeks of therapy to get out. And I had pins and needles down my arm, carpal tunnel, that type of stuff as well, which wasn't nice. But, utilizing and becoming pain-free can also add to the performance of your business and things like that too. Anyway, bringing back to relationships and so on, the better or the more relationships you can have with people, the quicker your business will move forward. The major thing online today is, how can you create trust with someone? The only way you can do that is by creating a relationship. And you've got to have little barriers of entry to be able to build that relationship. And for everything that you guys see with us, we're always looking at building relationships. Serena, talk about maybe share a little bit about sort of what we do on the back end, create relationships as well, maybe just give someone some more aspects. So we had a meeting with our team this morning at 11 WA time, which was 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So we had that meeting, and what do we talk about in those meetings around relationships as well from a marketing perspective and so on too? Do you want to share some of that and just some ideas that you've got maybe going through your head too now?
Well, because I guess because they're doing a lot of calls and everything like that, they need to understand, that everything they do is about building relationships and showing people it's just not about selling, and getting to know who they are and getting to know about their business as well too. So they're the front line in a lot of sense, before it even gets to you for most things. So how they do their relationship is what's going to create a better thing for when you get on there and you start talking to people to find out what problems they're dealing with, how it's affecting their business, and things that can be done to improve on it. So if they don't get that feeling from the people who are calling them, they're not even going to get to you, because they're already, this doesn't feel right, so you're not going for it. So, the very first call with any potential customer has to be done correct, so you get that sort of thing happening. The other thing I was going to say was, sometimes, I don't know, there's so much stuff out there to compete against in regards to, competitors and other businesses, and everyone's sending out a lot of the same sort of thing. It's trying to also be a little bit different so that your relationship can start off on a different foot as well. I love humor, as does Jared, and sometimes, humor can be great to start to break the boundaries of doing whatever, and they say, oh, this is a little bit different, so people then tend to want to know more about you because they're sensing there's a little bit different there as well too. So, I probably need a few key tags to get me off on some other tangents, but that's what I can think of for now.
Yeah, and it's not only, the relationship doesn't only, it starts online, right, from a marketing perspective. And, when it starts online, and it's at a point it's got to develop to offline as well, right? So there needs to be an online strategy, which, we've stipulated heaps of stuff that we do in other episodes of the show. So you could just go on a complete binge of all the shows and you'd be able to get a full snapshot of exactly what you've got to do from a marketing perspective to be able to create more relationships. But you've got to really look at things, and you've got to get into your clients and customers' shoes that you're speaking with every single day. online, right? Because you have a lot more conversations with people online indirectly than you will in person. And you got to put yourself in their shoes and go, okay, is what I'm doing right now adding value? Is what I'm doing right now being able to add to the relationship that we're wanting to start with somebody? And we're not going to be able to do it with everybody, but if we can work out a way to be able to do it more and more, and maybe you just increase it by like 0.01% or 0.02% from a relationship perspective as well, that can make a huge difference in the number of more people that will start coming to you as well. So it's about, tweaking what you do on the front end, tweaking what you do on the complete front of what you do to be able to go, okay, is what I'm doing right now adding value? If not, what else can I do to add more value again? And the more you can value. Yes?
I was going to say just finish anyway, but so I'm thinking also is that, you're talking about building relationship with clients. It's just as important as well to build relationship with people in similar fields than you. And we've proven this many times over as well, because sometimes you may have something that may not have something that's valuable to a client that someone else may. So joining together with them can actually create even more value for your customers by doing something like that, similar to the six-figure course creator we did recently. And then all of a sudden you're sharing something with someone else without being like, oh, no, this is mine, leave it alone. Which opens the market then to offer more value to people. It's not saying like I'm giving my customer away or something like that. I mean, I don't know how you would call it, but I think what it creates in the long run is a lot more. And then all of a sudden they're meeting two people and they're building a trust relationship with both of them, and that bundles you sort of together as well. That makes it even more stronger. Does that make sense to you?
It does, because because really, like, when we open up a relationship with people from our perspective, we always are completely disassociated from outcomes, aren't we, Serena? So we're like, if we can help you with some more resources, that's great. If we can't, that's also cool. We'll direct you to people that can help you, right? So having a real holistic look and listening to people, understanding situations, being completely disconnected from outcomes as well from your business, and just focusing in on people, right? If you focus from a relationship perspective, you focus on serving that person, it will create so many more opportunities. And if there's other people, right, that, like Serena said, that are in the same industry as you, or they are in a very similar industry for you, you can reach out, you can collaborate with these people, you can create relationships with these people, you can mastermind together, you can work together, you can do all these types of things, and you can then be able to increase the amount of value that you do provide to a marketplace and increase the amount of relationships that you can start between these areas as well, which is really cool. So relationship marketing isn't only about what you physically do from your own activities, but it's like the parallel to other people in your industry as well that you can create relationships with, and then internally be able to collaborate with and be able to expand the relationship circle that you have created through your own activities, your own actions, and your own energy. So yeah, it's as much new potential customer as it is parallel industries, parallel services that can now, be even integrated into what it is that you do, right? To be able to serve more people, increase the revenue of your business, right? Through somebody else who's already very successful in those areas and has databases and has people to speak to and has started relationships, that type of stuff as well. That's a good point, Serena.
I was thinking also not to forget the previous ones that you may no longer have in your contact list. It's also a good idea every now and again. Like if somebody pops up into my mind, I just go and send them a message and say, hey, just thinking about you, how you going, blah, blah, blah. Because they can potentially still come back and be another client, be a client again in the near future, depending on, your ending, whether they just, you did such a great job, they didn't need you anymore. But, you know, who knows? And these are also referral relationships as well. So, you know, keep those relationships so tight that, you know, people will refer you. And that's a huge bonus in itself as well.
100%. It's like, you know, for us as well, we work with a lot of businesses, and then there'll be certain points where we'll get businesses to certain levels, and, you know, then the service that we provide, they'll say, well, we've got to go and work on some other things before we continue to scale further with what we're doing, right? So like a lot of the challenges our clients get into is we grow them to certain points, and then there's a capacity where they're like 2-3 weeks in advance, 4 weeks in advance, some of them, right? And they're like, well, I can't really do anything else now until I get bigger premises, I need bigger areas, I need more people, all these types of things. So then they go, okay, cool, we need to go and work away on all this sort of stuff now. And they'll go away, they'll work on all of that sort of stuff, or we'll recommend people to go to or whatever like that from there, you know. So you still got to then, you maintain those relationships as well, right? So you part ways, you know, for a little bit, right? And you understand their situation, everything like that. Maybe you add some value and say, hey, I'd go and speak to this person, speak to that person, do this, do that, whatever that is. And then from there, they'll go away, do their things, they'll come back, right? You continue that relationship. This is why relationships are so important. We have people that, you know, message us from time to time. And I know with me, many times, they message, they ask a few questions. They're like, I'm not ready to do something yet with you, but I will be doing something with you shortly, and I'll reach out shortly. So, you know, we've got dozens of people that are in that basket at the moment. And, you know, you develop and continue to do those relationships. Send them a message. Hey, how's things been going? And it's not about talking about, hey, are you ready to buy now? You don't need to say, are you ready to buy now? Because you've just sent them a message just asking how they are and what they've been doing. You're developing the relationship. If they're ready to buy, they'll say, yeah, by the way, I was thinking about what you were thinking about last time. I've been meaning to reach out to you, or something like that. You don't need to say, are you ready to buy? They already know what you do. They've already started the relationship with you. You can reach out to them and see how things were going, right? And just build that relationship, because the more people you can build that relationship with, it's like we spoke about this on our last Business Warriors Insider webinar we ran last month. We're running another one next Thursday. So, you know, we're talking about how in that last one, building pipelines. So exactly, you know, 62% of businesses don't have an actual pipeline process or system in place. And they don't actively track that either as well. So they, you know, businesses with pipelines. Sorry?
Maybe you can explain actually what a pipeline is, because we know the language doesn't necessarily mean everyone else will.
True. So we spoke about on that webinar how, you know, businesses that have and track a pipeline increase their business and the amount of sales that they produce by 62% as well. I think 62.7% on the last checks on the research. So essentially what a pipeline is it's like, you know, what's the process to the sale? What's the road to the sale? And where's everybody at? So, you know, some people will be a new lead, never contacted. Some people are contacted. Some people have are in follow-up, right, because they're not sure or not ready yet for some reason. Then there'll be people that are not interested, right? Then there'll be people that are ready for an appointment. There'll be people that show for the appointment. There'll be people that won't show for the appointment, right? There'll be some people that buy $25 products. There'll be some people that buy $1,000. Some people spend $40,000. Distribution of that process. Where do people go? What's the percentage of close ratios, all that type of stuff, so you can see what the predictability of your business is. I know with the softwares that we use and the systems that we use and so on as well through our own Business Warriors internal software, we actually track all of this, and we track all of that for our clients as well, and give them that ability to be able to have that power in their business to say, okay, I close at 30%, right? Last month I got 100 leads, this month, and I closed 30. So if I get 150, I will close whatever that is, 45 or blah, blah, blah. So that's what it kind of gives the power for businesses as well to go, well, you know, if I get 200 leads or 300 leads or 400 leads now, I'll close this based on my close ratio, right? So it just gives those statistics as to what a pipeline is for your business specifically to track properly.
And the customers get moved into each pipeline so that they know they can go in at any time and see, oh, hang on, look, this is how many are possible leads. This is who said no. This one we're just waiting for signing up and all that. So it tracks them all in place without you having to think, how do I keep control of this?
Because there's two departments, right? And I know we're speaking about relationships as well. And this is the same thing, right? We're talking about relationships here. The relationships internally with your business between the marketing division and the sales division, right? Both of those can work together. If you track your pipeline correctly, a good marketer can have a look at that pipeline and they can go, okay, what can I do to support the sales team to potentially either re-engage or to potentially be able to open an extra relationship, speak to another person, you know, maybe get a call back where we weren't getting callbacks before. You know, maybe we can restructure the advertisements, the way that people come to us, all these types of things. And this is the relationship now between the marketing and the sales division. So if you have a proper built out pipeline with a process, a good marketer can go through that and say, okay, what can we do to maybe warm these people up more or maybe re-engage them, etc. That's what a good marketer can do. And there's many, many different tactics you can do from a marketing and strategic selling perspective to be able to do that. And that's why, you know, on previous episodes we've spoken also about building your own business's ecosystem, because some people will buy little bits, some people will spend a little bit more, some people will spend even more again. You know, having those different things within your ecosystem that people can go into to, you know, take the next step of that relationship, which is what it's all about, right? Relationships, relationship marketing, right? So
but you started off with other relationships originally.
Pardon, sorry?
You started off with other relationships originally, so I think you should tie that all in together and end it as well the same way, and how that all flows through from like a marketing relationship into a personal relationship.
Well, you know, let's look at it this way. So we spoke about a few different things. We spoke about the relationship from a marketing perspective and a new potential client. Then we spoke about the relationship between an internal team, between sales and marketing, the sales and marketing divisions, right, which are two separate parts. The sales convert the leads and speak to the leads. The marketing produce the leads so the salespeople can speak to those new potential clients. And everything is structured. So if you look at front-end marketing is free, giveaway, start the relationship, taster, etc. Then it goes through to two elements. Book an appointment, add some value, let's have a conversation, maybe try this little product, buy this little thing, see if you like it, get some results, start a relationship with us, book in a session with us, let's continue the relationship, etc. Manually then from there, it's like, let's start the relationship from a sales perspective. Let's have a conversation. If there's a way we can help you, if there's a way we can't, that's also cool. So it's developing the relationship over several days, maybe several weeks, several months to get to sometimes these points. And then there's, you know, hey, on the conversation with someone, let's buy something, they buy it, and that continues the relationship then long term as well. And it's all the exact same as, you know, hey, I just found this new girlfriend. Hey, I just found this new boyfriend. You know, I want her to be my wife, my husband, whatever, right? All relationships start the same.
And then you give away the taster and the, you know, the what you said before about there's a taster and the free trial.
Exactly. The free trial is like a first date, right? It's like a first you go and grab a coffee. You get to know each other a little bit. Or maybe, you exchange a few messages, or there's a conversation on the phone, right? Very quick sort of conversation on the phone from when you first met on the street, or you first met at a nightclub, or you first met at a speed dating thing, or wherever it was, right? Then it's extracting itself and developing and flourishing into something from there, right? Which is, hey, let's go out on a date. Let's grab a coffee maybe first. Get to know each other, spend an hour together, right? So you have a bit of a taster, qualify, see if they're good, they're not. Goes to the next stage then, you invite them out for a date. You go to a nice restaurant, or you go and have a picnic on the beach, or you have something as well. Maybe you go and see a movie. Maybe you do Netflix and chill. I don't know, whatever the hell anyone wants to do. Maybe further after that, it goes to Netflix and chill, right? Until eventually it gets to a point, a couple of months down the track, what happens? Hey, let's go in a relationship, right?
Let's get married.
Let's get giggity, and this is the way that it goes. It's a process. Marketing and sales and your business is no different to a relationship and starting a new potential relationship. I'm sure all of you, if you looked at the relationship that you're in now or the relationships you had in the past, they all started the same way as any marketing, any sales stuff that you've gone through and products you've purchased online from businesses and stuff like that as well. Sure, it's no different. Awesome, guys. Well, that's it for today's episode. Hope you've found some value in today's episode as well. What I want you to do is just type value into the comments if you've got something from today's episode and you've enjoyed it. What do you reckon, Serena? We covered heaps of stuff today, didn't we?
Yeah, and that's pretty good. It went over time. There's sometimes you're talking about stuff and you just can't quite take it right through till the end. So it might be 5 minutes short. So, yeah, it was good.
That's good. What I want you guys to do, if you're watching this here now, just up on the screen there, we've got our marketing blueprint. Grab access to that, grab it for free, have a good read through it, get a bit of an understanding and sort of further into that 8-step methodology that we use to be able to generate between 37 to 59 leads in 28 days or less on very small marketing budgets for businesses. And then bigger picture to that, if you want and you feel like you might want to learn a little bit more and get a little bit of actual hands-on training, grab access to our Speed Lead Challenge. If you're up for the challenge, of course, with that particular challenge, we'll show you exactly step-by-step what we've done for our clients for many years to just get campaigns up and running this week and get leads this week, right? We're so confident with this challenge that if you take it and you use it to its full, you will get leads this week. If you don't, we'll give you your money back, and it's only $27 anyway. You just shoot us an email. No brainer, 100%. So thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Really appreciate you all. Thanks for being support here today, Serena, and being amazing as always.
You're welcome, Jared, and thank you for being so amazing also. Most people don't know Jared's actually home in Tasmania right now, so he's 2 hours ahead of where he normally is.
I'm in Tassie.
Yeah, look at that. Pretty
Beautiful
good.
spot.
Nice
It is
fun.
pretty good.
It'll be minus degrees tonight, won't it?
Oh, I hope not. It was actually quite warm all today, actually. It was nice.
Okay.
I don't know what it was today, but it felt like it was about 15, 16 degrees. So that's hot for Tasman. It's actually 10 at the moment.
I thought you had a minus the other night or something, or 0.
We had 0, yeah. I flew in on Sunday and it was 0 degrees all the way here. Yes,
Yeah.
it was an hour's drive and it was 0 degrees. Luckily, I was in the car and the heater was on.
But that's, something a little bit different to experience. When you're in Perth, you don't get to have that, very much. So it's a nice change sometimes. It's like me in Bali, I don't wear jumpers, jackets. I can't even stand sleeves on my shirt. It's so hot here. But if I go back to Perth, I just love to huddle in front of a warm fire. It's so rare nowadays that it's like a treat, Yeah,
it's good, isn't it? It's darn good. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Have a great day. Just remember, if you don't fight for your own freedom, nobody else will. So every single day you must get out there. Every single day you must take action. Every single day you must make it happen. And remember to be the warrior. See you all Monday next week, 1 p.m. Perth time, 3 p.m. Australian Eastern time, 5 p.m. New Zealand, and was it 7 a.m. in the UK. See you all then. Cheers, guys.
Wow.